there's a stochastic terrorism industrial complex. Let's call it STIC. The STIC is this right-wing business model where we will gin up hatred, violence, or fear in or about a certain community, endangering the lives of everybody there. And one of the biggest ones is, of course, Springfield, Ohio. Now, this is Springfield, always and forever. These windows were not broken out recently by Haitian immigrants. I'm just letting you know. But Springfield, Ohio, lifelong resident reveals the truth on the migrant crisis. Finally, an inside scoop, a 3 minutes and 44 seconds. How much, I mean, that's the thing about the truth. It doesn't require a lot of exposition. It's pretty direct. It happens immediately. And this is, well, let's visit. Let's take a little trip to Springfield, Ohio with the Blaze.
All right, Bill. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Bill Monaghan. I live up the road here. Been in town.
He lives up the road.
Probably 57 of my 62 years.
This is Bill Monaghan. Okay.
Bill Monaghan is a former journalist who helped manage a Facebook group called
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me.
The influx into Springfield, Ohio.
Well, I've noticed a rent going up for people a couple years.
Okay, he noticed the rent going up. Okay, he noticed it for people. Not for him, but for people. Okay.
Years ago, didn't know why. And then in June of this...
I know. I think I know why. The rent is going up. Why might the rent be going up? Because Haitians got a lot of scratch.
Here, a neighbor told me, we're coming up on it now, this pond used to be full, and I mean full, like maybe a dozen
A dozen? Are you just saying a dozen twice, or a dozen times a dozen, or 2 dozen?
Peking ducks, the white feather.
Wait. Peking duck. So, no.
Maybe a dozen Peking ducks, the white feathered ducks, they're domestic ducks.
You mean the pure white ducks? What's wrong with these? Are they not edible? I don't eat black ducks. That's racist.
They don't migrate. They lived around here.
I gotta say, seemed to be a decent number of geese in the area. This is all footage from Springfield. I'm just saying. If I was him, it looks Canadian to me. I would also, Peking duck is a way of preparing duck. It is not an actual kind of duck. There might be domesticated, like, ducks that were at literally a farm that had ducks that sold them for food. Yes, that's a Canadian goose. That is not, and the rest of the those ducks are not Peking ducks. Yeah, Peking duck is, as I've said, it's also known as Beijing Kaoya, which is Beijing roast duck. It's very good. It's the ducks you see hanging in the window. They are not white. You'll notice they don't have any feathers on them. Nobody knows.
And I was told they were all wiped out. And I was told
they were all wiped out, and you were told that that's why the rent went up. So the ducks left the pond and moved into apartment buildings, and they've got a lot of money to spend because they have family in Canada or in Beijing.
It was by Haitians who eat them.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm satisfied. You guys, so you notice the rents were going up, and then there used to be 144 ducks in this all white Peking duck. So, and again, obviously already roasted and flavored. That used to be in this pond, and now they're all gone. because Haitians.
Don't know if that's true or not, but
Fuck you, dude. Well, this might be why he's a former journalist and not an actual journalist, but maybe find out if it's true. Maybe ask around. Maybe ask if anybody fucking saw somebody catching a duck from the fucking pond and eating it. Maybe just, or shut your fucking trap because you don't know what you're talking about. It's like there used to be like 144 of them, and they don't migrate. They're local, and even when it's snowing, they stay.
I got to be curious what was going on, so.
Sure. As any unverified, seemingly racist lie would.
I went to my first city hall meeting in years. I was just really struck by how hateful and dismissive they were towards people who are raising concerns about other issues around the migrant.
Okay, real quick. Were the issues raised anything like the way you raised them? Because I'm guessing so, because this is after that. So it's not, if anything, you would have more information since you started going, right? Yes, that as time goes on, you would get more information, perhaps more information, and therefore you'd be building on like, now I know this, 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 and this. At that time, I knew even less. And you're being called out for being a racist dick because you are.
Crisis.
Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
As soon as stories of Haitians eating pets started going viral online.
The cat. Eat the cat.
Okay, no. Stories of them eating cats didn't go viral. Trump saying that bullshit is what went viral. That's what this is.
Mainstream media, in lockstep, did what it does best. It created a counter-narrative.
The oldest racist tropes. They call these basic.
Hold on. What? Real quick. No, they didn't create a counter-narrative. You don't have a narrative, motherfucker. You don't have one. You don't have an interview with somebody going, I love eating the ducks right out of the pond. You don't have somebody going, I should film video of somebody taking the ducks. I talked to this other guy I went over to his house and they were cooking duck. And I was like, where'd you fucking get that? At the grocery store? I didn't even know they sold duck. And you're like, no, that's a chicken. And like, you don't have any of that stuff. The news isn't coming up with a counter narrative. This is an actual narrative. This is the actual story. They're not countering your story, which is true. You're lying your ass off.
Baseless claims, racist, xenophobic.
Doubled down on their racist lies, falsely accusing Haitians living in Springfield, Ohio, of eating people's pets.
According to the media, Springfield residents expressing concerns about a sudden influx of 20,000 Haitians were the real problem.
I talked to one.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Expressing concerns about them is not the problem. Saying we don't have enough resources, there's a lot of people here, we've almost doubled our population, we need more teachers, we need more support for this system, we also need help with folks assimilating and acclimating to the culture around here. There's nothing wrong with saying that. It might be how you're saying that, because it sounds a little gross and maybe you're not the person. Maybe that's the other thing. Maybe there's a real issue here and you are the worst person to try and bring it up because you don't have the skills or the inability to not sound like a racist asshole because you are, that you shouldn't talk about. You should go, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out. Somebody else will explain this better than I do because if I start talking about it, they won't take me seriously because of other shit I've said. Maybe that's me. Maybe you should sit this one out because it's a real issue and it does require real solutions. Maybe that. Because they're there legally. Maybe. All right.
Man who saw some of these baseless claims as credible. And he told me he feels like Springfield's going to be lost because it'll be sort of overrun in his mind with Haitians.
Hateful speech that literally are creating those security issues in Springfield.
So-called.
Yeah, again, if you're going to play a clip of someone who's an activist for, say, Haitian immigrants, maybe pick a clip where what she's saying isn't true.
Reporters from around the country swarmed Springfield, calling out Springfield residents by name.
NBC News has now spoken to a woman. Her name is Erica Lee, and she's the woman behind one of those.
Whoa, hold on. They didn't call her out. She came forward. She posted. They didn't single her out until she singled her out.
Viral post. She just texted me, quote,
She just texted me. She reached out like that.
Messed up royally, and she said she never meant to cause so much hate.
So have there been concerns?
Here's a real good idea. Why this segment is 3 minutes and 44 seconds. Why all the slow-mo? Was this guy fucking so crazy and so Busey that you couldn't actually get 4 sentences out of him? You couldn't have a sit down with this motherfucker? This is the Blaze reporter, and this is the guy that they're interviewing. Fucking interview him. What is this claptrap? What am I watching? PM Magazine? That aged the room, didn't it? Sure did.
Springfield about people who are speaking up about it, but they might not want to because they're going to be labeled racist or they're going to be labeled as xenophobic?
Oh, certainly. I mean, that's already happened. Again, at the city commission meetings, they're really careful not to come out and call you a racist, but they insinuate, again, the main concerns people.
Oh, dear. They insinuate, do they? They insinuate? Now, real quick, is there a chance that that person is being political in their speak because you're insinuating that what's going on is because of race and not because of, say, migrant poverty or other issues that could be handled? I see.
Come in with are, the economic concerns, and then there are the cultural concerns.
What have been
Well, yeah. What are the cultural
some of the cultural concerns?
Yeah, what's the cultural concerns? I'm curious, too.
Well, the reckless driving is a...
The reckless driving. By the way, in Ohio, you do not have to take a driver's ed course, and you only have to pass a written course, and I believe there's a road test, but you don't have to actually have any education. Even as at 18 years old, you can just do it. Like 16 to 18, I think, is when you actually have to have a driver's ed course. But anybody over 18, you can just pass a written test and off you go.
It's a huge one.
Maybe it's just that Ohio passes too many people.
A woman was run over and killed, and the driver has not been charged with any of even the traffic violations he was involved in.
A woman was run over and killed, and the guy was not even charged with any of the traffic violations. By the way, what he means is the expired tags on the vehicle. And if there's not a case for manslaughter or depraved indifference or any of that kind of stuff, or if he stayed there and went through it, then there's no charge to be had.
It's a more misogynistic kind of culture. Women report being followed around in stores by Haitians, and to the point where they're so nervous they have to ask for an escort to get out.
I see. So certain white women, not all of them, but certain white women in Springfield feel nervous because they think a black dude is following them because they're in the grocery store and he's in the same aisle they are, and then they go to the next aisle and he comes to that same aisle because most people shop in an S-curve. I'm just fucking with you. Clearly, it's a rape culture and you can't get away with it. And women, women report, women report that black men are making them nervous, who may not even be Haitian, by the way, just, I guess they're not checking. So they have to ask for help. This black man seems to be a little close to me while I'm picking out my fake Newtons. But E. Jean Carroll's a liar. Okay? So from the Blaze. Anecdotal lady in the grocery store who thinks she's being followed by a black guy who may or may not be Haitian, so she gets race nerves and has to call for help, and doesn't call for help, walks over and goes, I think this guy's making me nervous, right? But E. Jean Carroll's a liar. Is that how this works? Yeah? Okay.
Out to their car. And I understand it's because of the climate down there, the social climate. There's a tendency to be kind of like intimidating with people, getting right up in people's faces. And I've seen that. And
was there any input to the city or?
Sorry, the social climate in Haiti that Haitians are close talkers? Is this the idea? And that's what he was describing? Or perhaps a black person from America who isn't Haitian is like, what the fuck are you talking about to a fellow American?
Or the county asked for any input from the community about this?
I would say mostly no. I mean, they might have allowed input, but they ignored it.
And it was.
This sounds like a crisis to me. I don't know how it could get worse. The only thing that could make this better is if a bunch of ducks just landed in the water right there behind them while they're talking. I guarantee they would shoot a rat.
Was there even like a vote?
Oh, heavens no. I mean, they're on the commission.
But or there were a bunch of Haitians just out there like with soap washing themselves in the fucking fountain in the middle of the park pond.
Voted on a resolution, but there was no, referendum to the public about this. No.
Jesus Christ. It's a crisis. When, ladies and gentlemen, will we deal with the depth of the problem that exists? It's horrifying. It's a danger. It's brutal. It's scary. Sometimes if you go in the grocery store in Springfield, there are black people. I don't know if you know this, in Springfield, Ohio, right now. And some of them may or may not have accents. I'm not going to check because you have to get very close. And if you ask them, are you from Haiti? All of a sudden they sound all American and they go, fuck is the matter with you, lady? And they get up right in your face just because I was saying, go back to where you're from. And they're like, I'm from here. And I'm like, bullshit. And then they start getting all up in my face because I called a cop while they were trying to buy the last thing of Fig Newtons. And they're all off of this like, I want my Fig Newtons. And they're like, they're not Fig Newtons, dummy. This has raspberry filling. They're not Fig Newtons if they have raspberry filling. They might be Newtons. Maybe they're raspberry Newtons. I don't want to argue this. You're not even American. Yes, I am. Jesus Christ. Racist Jerry Garcia is hilarious. Yeah. They get way up in your face.